Supreme Court has sought a report of the fact-finding inquiry being conducted by the AAIB, that is Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, over the Ahmedabad crash that happened last year on June 12, killing 260 people. And a bench led by CJI Suryakant has also sought a report on the procedural protocol followed by the AAIB so far, as per the international mandate, along with a progress report on the next stage of hearing. And the Solicitor General of India has submitted that a fact-finding inquiry in accordance with international commitments is underway and most likely will be completed in within 3 weeks. The court passed its order on a plea filed by Safety Matters Foundation seeking a court-monitored inquiry into the unfortunate crash. Breaking news coming in right now. This is on the Air India crash. Supreme Court seeks report of the fact-finding inquiry. So the investigation, ladies and gentlemen, continues more than 6 months now, and as far as the Air India crash is concerned. And in fact, the Air India crash investigation continues, and the Supreme Court is now asking for the fact-finding report of the fact-finding inquiry by the AAIB. In fact, the court noted that the Solicitor General has assured to produce a report in a sealed cover before this court, along with an affidavit of the procedural protocol followed so far. And the Solicitor General of India, Tushar Mehta, has submitted that a fact-finding inquiry in accordance with international commitments is underway and most likely will be completed within 3 weeks. So that's the breaking news we're getting in right now. Bench led by CJI Justice Suryakant sought a report on the procedural protocol followed by the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau over the Air India Ahmedabad crash that killed 260 people, including 241 on-board passengers in 3 weeks' time. That's the breaking news we have right now, viewers. As the investigation continues, there has been blame game that continues, and Supreme Court, of course, Supreme Court is now looking for. Our Executive Editor for Legal Affairs, Rhythm, joins us on the broadcast. Rhythm, tell us more details about the Supreme Court has sought in this report.
Well, there's going to now be an inquiry in the case. The Solicitor General of India, Mr. Tushar Mehta, came to the courtroom and said the investigation is now at the very end. Some investigative parts are also needed, and some investigation pieces are also needed from foreign countries. Prashant Bhushan has, of course, spoken about 3 other Boeing 787s having similar incidents, asking questions on why there has been no reply affidavit filed by the government in the case. The Chief Justice of India has spoken about it and said even last week there was a Dreamliner from London to Delhi and there was some problem with the fuel switch. He said later it was some official account that it was perfectly fine, but the incident was very unfortunate. He's also said Dreamhailer was hailed as one of the best at one time. There was a little bit of talk about what really the Dreamliner was all about. However, the lawyers have also said 8,000 pilots are saying the 787s are not safe. They should be grounded. Senior advocate Gopal Sankaranarayanan appeared for the Pilot Federation. He also spoke up and he said that the parents of the deceased, blame was placed at the pilot's door and notices were also sent to the relatives. These are things that are going to be placed before the court. That's what the Solicitor General has asked to be happening. Finally, the court has been told, the Chief Justice said, let us have everything in front of us. Let us see the result of the AAIB probe. We will see whether a court of inquiry in this case is needed or not. And that's what the main thing is. We need to determine from the AAIB report what the determination and the reason for the crash is, after which they will see whether a court of inquiry needs to be done in the Air India crash case.
Right with them. In fact, this is, of course, a latest development. But if you could just shed some light, Rhythm, on the investigation so far, because the matter is in the court. There has been a lot of blame game also. The investigation still continues in the fact that it's been more than 6 months now, and we're still waiting for a report.
Well, that's absolutely right. In fact, just a few weeks ago, the Supreme Court had also sought for a crash probe status report, and they had asked for it to be done within 3 weeks. They had heard this PIL that had been filed by this particular organization that's in this case, They wanted an independent court-monitored investigation. That's when the Supreme Court said, give us what could have been the potential causes or what led to this. Where is the AAIB investigation? What role did everybody play in this case? And that's what the Supreme Court, after having asked everybody, had asked the authorities to give. The Solicitor General appeared for the centre. The DGCA submitted. The investigation was nearing completion. It's the same thing that he said right now. He also explained the delay by saying there are foreign countries that are involved. Some aircraft pieces and parts have been flown there for a test. Procedures adopted in foreign countries also to be studied. And the Chief Justice of India last time had also said, it's a very unfortunate tragedy. Let us be careful when we make remarks against any particular brand of aircraft. Dreamliners were once considered the best.
All right. Many thanks, Rhythm, for joining us with those details coming in on that story. We'll keep a close eye on that investigation around the Ahmedabad aircraft that killed more than 250 people. Now shifting focus to the breaking news. It's a big news coming in from Thailand, where a gunman has opened fire at the